We've all been there. We've all had that customer that comes up and has the complaint. We've done something wrong and they are wronged and we have to fix it. Well, there are really many different aspects to this sort of thing, but I want to talk today about 5 steps to what we call service recovery. Hi, I'm Steve Brady. I'm the Executive Director here at the Covation Center, and we work with businesses like yours to help you work through things like this, how to recover from a problem with service. Now remember, when I talk about service like this, it's both for your product and maybe an actual service that you provide, because if you're making something, you're responsible for making sure that they get it and that it works for them when they start to use it. So we're talking about how do you recover when a customer has a problem. So let's talk about the first step, which is anticipating customer needs. What is it your customers want from your service or your product? If you're a high-end restaurant, maybe what they want from your restaurant is a place to have a quiet evening, to have enjoyable meals, the food comes on time, and no distractions while they take care of either relational business or business. Maybe what they want from you is coffee. They want coffee beans, they want it delivered, and they want it on time. Or perhaps what they want from you is an on-time arrival at an airport so they can go to a meeting. You need to figure out what it is that customers are wanting from you, what their actual needs are. So anticipate their needs. That's the first step. Then when something is wrong, we take that knowledge and then we start trying to understand their feelings. So we need to acknowledge their feelings. A friend of mine who's a psychologist talks about empathy over clarification. The last thing we want to do is start jumping in and telling them what they're feeling is wrong, or why they need to understand how they should have done something different so that we could have given them the product or service that they were looking for. We need to understand where they're coming from and let them know we understand their feelings and that we are putting ourselves in their shoes. That means we come to step 3. This one's hard. We need to apologize. We need to say, I'm sorry. That's hard. If any of you have been in a relationship, that's all of us, it really is hard to say I'm sorry sometimes. And in fact, we may not have had anything to do with what happened or why something went sideways, but it is our product that's going to the customer. It's our experience that they're having, even if we didn't control that piece of it. So we need to say I'm sorry. Now, I'm sorry might be, I'm sorry your experience went that way and I want to do what I can to help make up for it. I'm sorry that your product didn't do what you wanted it to do. Let's see what we can help. And that gets to step 4. The 4th step is offer alternatives. Now, this is where you say, I'm sorry, and let's see if. Can I send you another copy? Can I bring out your meal? Can I comp you for your dinner? Do those sorts of things. Offer alternatives for how you can deal with the issue. Sometimes at hotels, what they'll do, and I've had this, I've complained that the toilet wasn't working. It seems trivial, but this toilet wasn't working. So you go down, and rather than just say, I'm sorry, and stop there, usually they offer to move me to a different room. Usually they'll offer to have the mechanic come up and take care of something right away and fix whatever the problem is in the room. They offer alternatives. Is there something I can do for you? And then the 5th step is make amends. Now, if you're familiar with some of the STEP programs, you may understand amends, but the idea behind amends is to kind of do that next thing for them. Sometimes making amends is sending a letter, maybe even handwritten if you have good handwriting, that apologizes in person, lets them know that you personally have taken an interest in the problem and that you want to work towards making their experience better next time. Maybe it means sending them a gift card. I went and had a root canal. Not the most exciting experience of my life. Now, 2 things happened. I had to drive an hour and a half away to get to the dentist's office to have him do the root canal rather than the dentist's office in my town here. And the second thing was, he cared enough about the quality of his work that when he found out he hadn't gotten all of it, he kept me in the chair for an extra hour and a half. I was actually happy that he kept me in the chair longer. It showed me that he cared about the quality of his work. But as I was leaving, they gave me a $50 gift card to a gas station chain around here called Sheetz. thanking me for driving out of my way, going out of my way to get to their dentist office there, and for the extra time it took. They didn't have to do that, but they made amends for something that they knew had had an impact on me in a not very exciting way. So those are the 5 steps, but I kind of want to hit one other thing. Let's learn from this experience. Whenever a customer has a bad experience, well, something went wrong. Let's try to figure out what happened, why did something go wrong, and if it has happened more than once, remember 2 is more than once, you might have a trend here. So it's time for you to take a look at it, to document what's going on anytime something comes up. You need to track what's happening and see if there are these trends, learn from it, and then change. I had a college roommate who just recently came into my mind again. He's a minister now. He always used to tell me, don't be sorry, change. Well, I think in this case, we need to be sorry and change. The only way our businesses can grow and be successful is if we adapt and change and acknowledge we've made mistakes and find ways to be better. Now, these 5 tips or 5 steps come from an article I read by the Baird Group. I'd highly recommend you search for service recovery. There's tips, there's steps, all sorts of approaches to understanding service recovery. And one final thing I will tell you, many times, customers are more loyal to you when you've had a positive service recovery experience than if they never had a problem at all, because they've seen you go above and beyond for them, and they become, like I said, loyal, devoted customers. I'm Steve Brady. Don't forget to click subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell so you get notified next time a video goes up. Hit like. And we would love for you to share these videos with your friends and fellow business owners. Have yourself a great week.